Welcome to the Santos Says podcast, episode number 4. I'm your host and your boy, Santos, proud owner of Santos-threads.com. Once again, coming here, episode number 4, bringing it right to you. Now, for this episode, I have a special guest. This person is not only a very good friend of mine, but he is a mentor. He is an entrepreneur. He's not just a YouTuber. He's not just a life coach. He is a person who he's got the whole package. This man, like I said, he's someone who served as a mentor, even though he didn't intend it to be that way. And he probably didn't expect that. But hey, it is what it is. He's an OG. And I'm going to welcome him to the show. The topic of this show is going to be why us as minorities, why is it that we put celebrities on a pedestal? We worship these minority celebrities. We put them on a pedestal and we raise our level of expectation to that point where if you're not making that money, if you're not a ball player, an actor, some sort of well-known famous person, then you're not up to par. And so we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about why that's a problem and why we should not be putting these people on a pedestal, because at the end of the day, most of these people, once they get to a certain point, they don't care about us. It's just the reality. They do not care about us. And I have him here waiting. I will let him in. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Nathaniel. He has a YouTube program. He has a podcast. He does it all. Does even film work. I mean, the man is super talented, and it is actually my privilege to have him here, and I will welcome him to the show. Nathaniel from Staten Island. I will bring him on the show right now. Ask Nathaniel. Welcome, my brother.
Salute to my bro, man. What's going on, man?
How you doing? It feels weird.
Oh, man. It feels weird, right? Because it's always on the other side.
Yeah. No, definitely. I was just doing an IG live. Like I was thinking, I was contemplating. I kind of was like, all right, I don't know if he's gonna be, I didn't know if you were gonna be able to show up. So I was like, man, I might just do some live thing or something. So I was like, let me try to improvise, and I killed some time just interacting with my audience a little bit, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna cut y'all off. Y'all gotta wait till next week for this.
Nah, bro, I'm here, man. You know that already. When I give the word, that's it. Like we go.
No, I know that, no doubt. And I know, like I said, like I didn't even mention all the stuff you do, so you could definitely talk about that as well. But it's one of those things that I was like, man, like there's like a million things that you do, so it's like I can't get to it all. I can't get to it all.
It's funny. Instagram said, everybody tries to use their little things on there, like what they do and what they don't do. I think the great thing that they put on there was video. Where'd it go?
Oh, where you at? Wait. Hold on. Where you at? Ah, boy, you're there. You got a part of me because I'm like one of those guys that's all right.
No, that's cool. No, matter of fact, it's better this way.
Yeah.
You actually got a better let me fix my screen. Yeah, I had to get my. Okay, that's good.
But you're the veteran. You're the veteran with this.
Yeah,
man, you practically invented the platform. So
yeah, because it's funny because I was always an uploader. And once we got into the stream world, as you know, when I was doing videos and I was uploading videos, doing on the streets in New York City, throughout the 5 boroughs, Connecticut, Jersey, I was doing the work, and then it was like once we got to the streaming joint, we just started going in. But video creator was a good thing that Instagram put on there. I said I think that's the closest thing that came to me, because that's what I create. I'm moody when I can't edit a video. So that's what
we've talked about that, because I know it's one of those things that it brings the best. And you believe me, I'm not saying that you haven't. Obviously, like this has brought the best out of you. You found a way to make the best of the situation, right? So no question. But you have talked, we've talked, offline a lot about that too. Like your passions about being able to interact, having that interaction, going out, right? Going out, talking. That there's nothing like that live response and that
My
reaction.
God.
Yeah.
I'm missing that so much, man.
Yeah. And like I've told you before, and you never knew this because that's what's beautiful about the YouTube thing as well.
Right.
Like I've been a fan of yours for years. Like I watched your videos. I used to watch what
That's crazy.
you know,
I was
right?
bugging when you told me that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't, and I'll be honest, because we're men, we talk, we
Right.
say straight. I didn't always agree with you,
Right.
but here's the thing. It took me a while to get to know what you were doing. And then once I got it, I said, okay. After that, that's when I started joining your conversations and stuff. That's when I bought in. So I was a fan. I bought it, but I fully bought it. And I'm like, all right, this is a real cat. Let me. There's a method to his madness.
Yes.
And you didn't know this, but I was
Yes.
like, yo, there's a method to Nate's madness.
Yes.
And now I'm like, you know what? I like that. I appreciate it. So yeah, man, that's why I'm like, I gotta have you here. And one of your shows this week that we talked about, that you had, one of your ideas kind of sparked this topic for me as far as like the celebrities.
Right.
Because we talk a little bit about it, but we never really have like a full-on topic discussion about it. Because I was like, I'm so tired of, especially our people where, when's the last time you seen somebody, right, in our communities, the Black and Hispanic communities, where somebody goes, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an entrepreneur, have my own moving company, right? Something like that. I want to have a whole full-on car dealership, right?
Yep.
And when is you don't hear it.
Nope. Everybody wants to clout chase to be what they be. So then if this one is doing fashion, whatever the celebrities create, I'm not to take away because I know that they are the trendsetters. But whatever they do, then people feel like, okay, now like right now, I'm telling mad people to get online and start an online business beyond. I mean, you could be decorating people's homes to cleaning people's homes to putting roof on people's houses. You could do this online. You know that. Yeah. But their whole thing is until they see Jay-Z or Beyonce have themselves involved in home renovations, then they'll start, a online business. So I feel that people don't even have a desire because people don't even know what they want to do. People are afraid to say, I don't know what I want to do in my life.
Yeah. And I think also one of the biggest problems with that, you're right. It's also a mentality of being scared, right? Because what happens is in our community, and it bothers me that, okay, we're so content with just having a job, getting by, that we don't view ourselves in that light. Unless a celebrity's doing it, then we say, okay, yeah. Oh, I want to try to be the next Beyonce, or I want to be the next Fat Joe, right? We were talking about that. And so it's like, and so instead we're kind of like scared. We don't want to take chances. And we're just, all right, I'm good. I got my job. You got your check coming in every 2 weeks. And we don't think beyond that. Right.
No, we don't. And it's sad because now people are just living. They're just existing. They're not really living. I mean, granted, you take care of things at your house. You pay the bills. The kids are fed. Mom and dad is good. Whoever you around, whoever's in your family, that's responsibility. Lifestyle. So now you have to think about, even if you get into some sort of business or something to do for yourself, entrepreneurism is lacking. Are you going to enjoy doing it, or are you just doing it just to pay more bills? Like, you're still going to be unhappy. So how can you do something, get involved into something and enjoy it, where you could at least look at that as an out? You could go out there and make money and enjoy making it. So now you'll be able to level out home with, responsibility and lifestyle and enjoying your life. That's why people don't understand. When OGs were telling me when I was younger, they were saying, live your life. And I didn't understand it until I got older, because they were indirectly telling me, live your life. Like, outside of your life, there's a lifestyle. And a lot of people just was mixing up with that. So now these celebrities, they're not portraying it. They just showing everybody what we're doing and you're not. I know a girl that was watching, for example, on Instagram. I see that she escaped from Instagram. She got a beautiful daughter, beautiful woman, and her and her husband, they together, all the above. I remember I was like, what happened? She said she took a break because she seen the celebrities' timeline and she questioned her daughter's ability just by watching this. Like, this shit totally fucked her up. Excuse my French. It
No,
totally
no, no, you good. No, you good.
Okay.
Be you. Be you. Be you. Listen, I can't. I'm not having you unless you. Okay.
I say no
Let's
more.
be clear. Okay. Let's be clear.
You know how
come on, baby. You with me. Come on. You home. You home. Don't worry about it. You with me.
All right, cool. So you know.
Save that for Dr. Phil.
Yeah, no question. That's my guy right here, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let it be known. I forgot to even mention the fact that number one, Santos has shown me that there is brotherhood. There's brotherhood out here. If y'all lacking and thinking like you got friends that move, friends that's going on, this one's here. You don't even realize people that's in your life. Like one thing I love about this, for example, this thing that he's using now for StreamYard. So we're using this process right now to do what he got to do and do the streaming. The great thing about it, life is the same way. It's like you got somebody in the back room and don't even know that they're there. You know what I mean? Like they're there, they're supporting you, watching you, disagreeing, agreeing, whatever. But they're at the end of the day, they're a fan, they're a supporter. And then you make that come together. You bring them into the chat the same way you bring them into the life. So that's just what it's about. So, but like I'm stressing to people, we're not having. We have these celebrities, and they're actually desensitizing us. My homegirl totally fucked up on some like. She questioned her ability, not only as a parent, but her daughter's ability of her production, of her living and growing. Like that's crazy because she watched Nicki Minaj's daughter probably do something at whatever age she is. Her daughter's the same age. So that's just crazy, man. So listen, at the end of the day, I look at myself as a celebrity in a sense of when I'm around these individuals and I pop up on them, whether I'm in New York in a parking lot, a store, wherever, just on the street. They always look at me as if like, yo, nah, it's like because I'm coming to them beyond their records, beyond who they are. Like we kicking it on some old. I would have never thought you would walk this way. I thought you would have probably been on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm always hitting them with something where they like, okay, now they come out of that realm because I'm like, yo, let's get back to earth, man. Like what happened
breaking
to
that
dreams?
ice. Breaking that ice.
You gotta break that ice because we where's the passion and love that people can't be over 40 or under 30 and still have dreams like they used to ask in school instead of everybody wanting to be thoughts and gangsters. That shit is just crazy to me, man.
It drives me. Man. It drives me crazy too. Especially you see it now. Everybody wants to be a ball player or, or a rapper. Everybody, especially rapper. I think rapper now, and rapper is one of those things that everybody wants to do it and not everyone can. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, so every Tom, Dick, and Harry decided they want to spit, and got people who just can't. They don't know any music, no concept of music, right? Nothing. They want to be a gangster, and then they get on social media. They clout chase, and then what happens? They get into some shit.
Yeah, like real life shit. Now they locked up, or this one got murdered because they went online and flossed in their house. Like people don't understand. Social media is a great tool, but not a great tool for you, changing your body up to the point because you're not happy with yourself and you cutting. Like one of my homegirl's friends literally was on Facebook showing a transformation, not because she was in a gym, not because she was in a diet, the transformation where they had to literally, this is what they took this fat out and put it in my butt. Like, I feel as like that's something you should keep personal.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, then it is what it is. If that makes you feel better, but I feel that the world needs impact. They need influences in a different way. You guys are in a powerful position. You got grown women that's out there doing whatever they do to their bodies. That's your body. Do what you want to do. But I don't think you should share that for young people to see that and say, okay, damn the gym. This is the alternative. I'm just going to take this fat from my stomach and put it in my ass.
Yeah, and I'm just going to become viral on TikTok. I don't need a real job or
yeah.
And I'm famous tomorrow. And this is the world of instant gratification that I've talked about before, like instant gratification. And it's BS. It's BS.
It is BS, man. You know what people don't realize, man, is that Facebook was given for college students to reconnect.
And think about that for a
And
second.
now y'all killing each other on live videos. It's like,
Yeah, you've seen they've had to remove content. Like they've had
yeah,
lawsuits because
literally
people killing themselves on Facebook. Like
on Facebook.
let's
Like,
do it live. Yeah.
you know, we got cameras everywhere. People think, well, what do you mean? Cameras on everybody's house? Cameras here,
Yeah, you're
bro.
being
Like,
watched everywhere.
you being
Everywhere.
watched everywhere.
Right now, they
Yeah.
they looking at us like, look at these two talking.
Yeah, they could see us. StreamYard knows what's going on. And if we was talking some crazy nonsense, believe me when I tell you, they would be
They're
able
gonna
to
pull up. They're gonna pull up.
they got technology to pick up what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, think about it. If you can hear a copyright song and you get a video flag and you play 30 seconds of it, you think if you're saying something crazy that they're not going to pick up on that?
I'm laughing because I know that's a real...
Yeah.
I know that gets you all the time. You're like, I want to play music so bad.
So bad, right?
He put like 2 seconds of an R&B record this morning. Like, I was laughing, man.
My favorite song, like this song has me like, forget, like production and director goes out all over the place. And I was playing this song this morning and it literally, no lie, man, it was like a person before they going into the gym taking pre-workout or you know, a big bottle of water.
Right.
You
Getting
know,
ready,
get
prepped
thirsty,
up.
so it prepped me up, and I was like, "Wow, why do I feel so great?" Because I had that song. I'm playing this song over and over. It was this Alexander O'Neal ballad, and creation starts going into effect, everything, and then you know, reality kicks in. Calls are coming in. This, that, and the third. You know, trolls. So everything was going in when I was doing that video. But yes, it is frustrating because I know if I had a radio show, forget it. Like I'm gonna be playing songs that people's like, wow, I didn't even think that anybody listened to that on that album. I didn't think nobody listened to 13 on Mary J. Blige's album. I didn't think they, you know, I'm that guy. So it's just crazy. But the intense, I feel that our celebrities are not giving it what they used to when I was a kid. When I used to look up to LL Cool J, remember, it was back then, they say stay in school, don't be no fool. And we ain't coming to do a concert at your school. So we like, oh, we got to go to school.
It became, at some point, it became cool to drop out, and then it also became cool to use drugs.
Word.
Think about that with all the rap about the pills and all that, perks and right?
Yo,
think about that.
When they were mentioning drugs in let's just say 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
I think the only one that got through with it to the extreme drugs was probably when Ray and Ghost did that album. I was like, whoa, they went up. And even then, it still went over a lot of people's heads that they literally
because they were using metaphors. They didn't talk about it like I have this rock and I'm gonna do it. Like it was metaphors, and if you knew the terminology in the streets, then you knew.
Right. That's true. They were. You're right. Even though they was going through they had little skits of you know, with what's the name of the movie? Scarface and all that.
Yeah.
But you're right.
You knew. And me as a kid listening to that, I probably shouldn't have known. But I did know because of who I was around. So
yes.
You know, they got a little sticker, parental warning.
Right. But it still was discreet because, like you said, the metaphors were to protect the viewers. So now you got women out here now that I'm like, all right, listen, you got your body done, but you don't got to put it out there. Oh, they want to put it out there to either brag about it or I don't want nobody catching me and making a joke of it. They can't make a joke of it. Just deny it. At the end of the day, you got your body done. It is, but you got people now, young people that's getting teased in school. My friend she was doing my hair last night. Her little son, he got teased in school now for his sneakers. So now he not thinking about being the cool guy that's into the books. Now he's ready to beat somebody up now. I'm like, nah, you see what I mean? You can't do all that. I had to talk to them little kid, man. I'm like, yo, that's not cool. Don't do all that.
That's how you could ruin a kid too. And you know what? He's at that age probably where that'll affect him. Like a little switch can go off where that'll turn him the other way. You know what I mean? And that where there's no coming back. So you always want to be careful with that. You don't want him to have that mindset. You want him to value the important things in life and say, nah, listen, shorty, it's not important.
Right.
It's not important. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
You can get new kicks tomorrow or another time.
Yes.
You'll get kicks.
You're going to get the kicks, man.
Plenty of kicks.
You said a good comment the other day, man, on your IG. That shit was hilarious. It was like the whole situation, like with Jordans, like say your word. I like people to say what they say the way I retrieved it, the whole situation with Jordan. Like, yo, some shit's played out like on the low. Like, where are we going with this right now with Air Jordans?
Because it's too, you know what it is because they know, and not to go back on that topic, but since we're talking about it, because it drives me crazy because like our kids, and when I say our kids, I'm saying kids that are like us, right? That were like when we were kids, right? From where we come from. They don't prioritize the important things. Like everything is about these damn Jordans. It's like a status symbol. You know, the parents won't pay the rent, but the kid got fresh J's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a site and it never ends. And Nike got money handled. Now, let's be clear. And I'm sure you can agree with me.
Yes.
Jordans were fly like you. Yeah, they nice. Like I'm not saying they're not nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I same here. Same here. But like when it gets to the point where you got to go buy every release and your kids are lined up like zombies every week. Come on.
That's when I knew I had it bad. I said, I'm going for releases of an era that I started. Like I was in this era where the streets, like people don't understand. They think, see, this era, they got to look at the internet or whoever's favorite rapper. But we looked upon the dude
that was cool in the streets. Right? Yeah, it wasn't even a celebrity. It was you know, it was Tyrone, Terrell, it was Jose down the block. Like it was question. Like there was always that fly Spanish dude. There was always that fly black dude.
Yeah, we had this Spanish cat, man. This cat named Mike, man. Let me tell you something. This was the freshest stool this Puerto Rican dude used to have the white drop top 3 Series, which is crazy because then he was a millionaire riding that, and now 2021, if somebody's in a 3 Series convertible, that's nothing. His kid or his girl. Like that's not even. So it's just I feel the game now is so outrageous. You got to go basic right now because it's like when I'm watching the first 48. Every time I see one of these dudes get locked up and they showing the camera when they going to the gas station, they got a pair of J's on. I'm seeing people robbing people in the train station. Dude
fresh J's, fresh
J's. I'm like, yo, my man's son. I'm like, yo, I look at anything he wear, I know I won't do because I know he's an internet type of guy. Yeah, so whatever he watch, it's from, such and such told me to wear that.
So I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Yep. I said, nah. We got to go basic and get on our fresh shit and start being innovators that we've been. We came in an era that we created. So how do we get here?
It's interesting. It's gotten to the point where, there is no innovation. Everything. And this was something I always thought about too. Like if you notice even the fashion trends, right? Fashion trends are like from the 90s now. Like there's nothing original. Like there's no originality. Everything is like retro. Everything's a retro. Like it's a throwback. You got kids wearing T-shirts from artists that weren't even alive when they were doing their thing.
And trying to school us. And trying to school.
Right, tell us what's good. Yeah.
I'm looking at these dudes sometimes and I'm like, you know what? How many cats can actually go and tell somebody, yo, you like a fucking bum? Like,
yeah.
With somebody actually taking it, like, yo, that gotta mean something because it hurt me because I know if he said it's true. But these cats are so emotional. Nigga call him a bum. They gonna want to sit up there and murk him now. So now we live in a society where I feel now that things are just that emotional. Like you said about my homegirl's son. If he allows it, he could just straight get on some bullshit now.
Yeah, it'll affect him.
You're like, yo, this nerdy shit ain't working. Like he insulted his mother, which what could he do?
Yeah, obviously that's
different. But then when he insulted the sneaker, I'm like, okay, y'all wear a uniform. Just get you a black pair of Hirachis. Like I told the mother, like, I know how you are. She's a good shopper. I'm like, yo, just get him a pair of Hirachis. They take a nice beat and they're all black, but don't go out there shit are gonna pull a hole in his head. Like them shits are good. He going to school in Brooklyn. They gotta wear all black with no type of I guess the emblem is not supposed to show at all.
It's gotta be it's gotta be like discreet. Yeah, I've seen schools like that. The uniform.
Yeah. Because he was like, what kind of sneakers you have? He had Nikes, but they were like boot sneakers. I said, whatever the whole situation is, Cat probably got on you because you was a bum in his eye. Right. You know what I'm saying? You had to let him know, like, listen, sometimes you got to use your mouth instead of just using your damn hands, man. Like, you don't want to get to the point where everybody knows you're a firecracker and jumping in. But he's living in a society now where he went home feeling fucked up, like, yo, I'm a loser. The kid was getting on my sneaker. And that's just terrible. But I said, listen, I used to tease kids when I was coming up. I was the dude kind of putting it on some dudes when I was younger, unfortunately. And, you know, one thing I've learned was it was also a mechanism too, because I used to make people better themselves. Because it's like, yo, don't come to school with that bullshit tomorrow. Like, you're not gonna keep coming to the lunchroom and you eat all our lunch. Like I was always doing it enough where we're snapping, but it made them better rather than. Because I see them later, and that dudes still love, like, yo, man, he's a funny cat. So when they see me spazzing on whatever, somebody, they're like, nigga, you used to do that shit to me, but that shit made me better. Rather than, yo, man, I wanted to kill you when you said that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just a delivery, and we came from an era because we snapped. We used to be at the table.
Yeah. No question. Even me too. Yeah.
We that's our era, right?
Now they want to go see you. They want to see you. They want to see you.
What? Yo, I used to be in a lunchroom cracking up, getting snaps was like the better. Listen, this is not a comedy show you could ever show me where a person's doing stand-up. But if I see a person going in on a heckler, that's great. That's great. So people guys got to get together, man. We gonna shake it though. It's
Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Paul Mooney, he had some of the best snaps ever.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, legendary Paul Mooney. And not everybody, he was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his. Yo, Santos, I told you how I knew him, right? Because I told you I used to work.
You told the story. Yeah, that's crazy. That blew my mind. I was like, wow.
Dude became my favorite comic, even after the Richard Pryor era and all. I said, this cat just sits there and just talks. He used to just keep his little glass of wine. And they're like, oh, well, we're going to be here for extra 4 hours, called Paul Mooney shows nonstop, go 3-4 hours. And it was staying there.
Yeah, because he's that entertaining. He's that entertaining. Yes. Like he captivates a room. Like he walks in the room and like, because it's not just that stupid stereotypical BS humor.
Shit, none of that bullshit. He never did none of those type of jokes. Your mama got so many roaches.
No.
Come on, B. Like
it was beneath him. He was truly an intellect. Like he was an intellectual. Yes. I could really say that. I could say that. And you had to have some degree of intelligence to get his jokes.
Right? Because that should be going over. Yeah, listen. I never like when comics laugh at themselves like Mike Epps. Like I'm like,
yeah. Come on.
Paul Mooney used to laugh because it was like everybody's laughing because it's like, yo, did you catch what I just said?
Right.
And he didn't realize he said it and catch it like, oh shit. Yo, man, it was amazing, man. I'm so glad to have witnessed that, man, in person. I used to stand there like this dude was Eddie Murphy coming in. Like, I know I'm late because he was always late. He was on black time. He was definitely on black time, but he used to come up in there. He used to have a little do-rag under the hat. Had a little stick with him. Yo, he was official dude, man. Salute, man, and everybody, man. But we losing our greats right now. So that's why I feel that this platform that you got is super duper amazing. We need, especially the fact that we need more Latinos, man. Because a lot of times when I see my Latinos doing they podcast, they always got to feel they got to have a celebrity in the room, man. That's not true. Like, shout out to Who's Crazy and Drink Champs and all the above, man. But come on now, you know what I'm saying? You guys have the charisma, so I feel like we grew up with Latin dudes and Puerto Ricans. That's what it was all our lives. So when we was break dancing, well, I wasn't break dancing because I wasn't that nice with it. But I knew who was nice. But I watching my break dancing movies when they was coming to school fresh. Puerto Ricans and blacks was getting money together.
Yeah, that's a fact.
A Puerto Rican was just a lighter version of a black one.
Yeah. And you always saw and it was nice with the graffiti too.
Ooh,
with the tag.
Some of the best graffiti artists are Puerto Rican, not Puerto Rican, straight up. In the Bronx, doing top and bottom trains, all the more people. There's a lot of legacies, man, with Puerto Ricans here. But I know a lot of y'all moved out to different states, so people don't understand the legacy. Because when people come in here now, they're thinking everything is Dominican in the Bronx. I'm like,
yeah, because times change, man. A lot of the Puerto Ricans, they got their money. They left to Orlando. You go to Orlando got a lot of Puerto Ricans.
A lot of New York Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, New York Puerto Ricans especially. A lot. Orlando. Where they go? Go to Orlando. I got a lot of family there.
Or Panamanian too, right? Because my homegirl, I just was on the phone with her before I got on the jack with you, and she's down in Orlando. It's like, unreal, man. So I guess it's like Orlando is where all the Puerto Ricans are, and all the blacks and shit is in Atlanta. The nigga be like, yo, move to Atlanta. I said, oh, fuck, are you kidding me, nigga? Why the hell I'm gonna move to Atlanta when the whole fucking New York City's out there?
That's what I said about Orlando. I said the same thing. I said, what? I'm gonna see all my cousins. I don't want to see them. Shout out to my cousins, though. I'm just saying, not all of them. They all
salute to the cousins. Salute to the cousins. But you know
we need your support, but you know.
It's just nuts. Like, people got to realize, like, when we go away, that's the thing right now. I know COVID is going on. Everybody's like, they want to do whatever. I'm like, listen, I'm just not there yet because I'm not trying to go to a vacation and see the hood or my hood all out there. I ain't ready for that. I'm ready to go to a vacation and see nobody. Like, oh shit.
Right. You're waiting. I know what you're doing. What you're doing is, and it's smart. You're waiting for it to kind of die down. Like everybody's like like a bat out of hell. Just let's all go on vacation.
Yeah.
Let's all go to Vegas.
Yes.
Let's all go to Atlanta. Like, right? It's like, nah, chill. Let it die down.
I'll let that shit die down, man. I wanted to die down when people get back on their mental thinking of 2018, where they're totally like, all right, we over it. I'm like, yeah, because it's the rush right now. Like, that's why everybody's tripping. You go outside right now, well, today's a little cloudy, but people are driving faster through the street.
Yeah.
People are more anxious. You know, people, especially when the weather, as soon as that sun come out, they get crazy. They start running lights.
Yeah,
lights start doing wheelies through the lights. Because now it's like, yeah, we're happy. Yeah, we're going to go out and play. It's like, be easy, man. So let all y'all, let y'all do whatever, man. I'm from the era where we like, yo, listen, I'm trying to do a vacay to see nobody, man. Like, oh, word, you don't speak no English? Even better. I don't want to go, yo, cool, what up, Nate? Yo, what up, man? Nah,
you trying to talk Google Translate. You're going to use Google Translate.
You're going to use Google Translate and talk to everybody. Hey, how you doing? Come on, man.
You're like, yo, you speak English? Nope. All right. You give them a hug.
Right. Yeah. Like, you know, they waiting to see me in a foreign country. They just waiting to see me. Like, oh, yeah, this nigga's out here. I told he's full of shit. I'm like, listen, B, I remember going to these countries and literally, like, I used to ask dudes, and this is kind of crazy, it's disrespectful to us Americans. I'm like, any Americans out there? They're like, no Americans. I said, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all be looking forward to do that. But we did come from that. Remember that they was to do the things in Cancun.
Oh, everybody was in Cancun.
Everybody was out there.
Everybody's in Cancun. Dubai. Same thing with Dubai.
Same thing with Dubai now, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a long flight. But I'm just saying, like, if you had some bread, but I'm saying, like, if you had some bread, you know, you were going out there. Like, there were people going there. Oh, let's go to Dubai.
Did you ever go out there? I've never been to Dubai.
No, I couldn't take the flight, man. That's too long to be on a plane. That flight is like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 30-hour flight.
What?
Or like at least 20 something out. It's a long flight. I could be wrong. I don't know, but it's a long flight.
No, I can't do it. That's hard for me. Anything past 10, 12 hours.
Yeah. That's unrealistic.
Yeah.
At least for me.
I got to be on a private jet with so many different amenities to even withstand that. And
they got to drug you. They got to drug you.
They got to get me totally fucked up like this. You're here, man. I'm like, damn, zombie. I got to be on some real zombie shit and probably tell wifey, listen, I'm going to be over here with like 3 joints on this damn plane to get through this. You understand, all right, boo? You do understand.
Sign a waiver. You're going to sign a waiver.
Sign a waiver. You want me to get this safe for return, right? Yes. I'm like, well, shit.
You'll be like, you love me, don't you?
You love me, right, baby?
You love me, baby?
Yeah, I do, but I just try to make the damn trip a little better. But it's an amazing thing, man. I feel that we're going in a good direction only because I feel now we're at the highest level of stupidity and foolishness.
That it could only go up.
Yeah, like it's almost like you gotta be fucking joking.
Yeah.
And they even know, they're like, yo, I know I'm out of my mind, but I'm not happy. I'm like, all right, or I want some excitement, or I want likes, or whatever it gotta be. I'm like, yo, we gotta tone down shit because the rush of this crowd of the foolishness is gonna, obviously it's gonna, unfortunately, a lot of people gonna lose their lives in the process of it.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah, that part is a little sad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, where do we go from here? If I can't go to Prospect Park and ride my bike and enjoy myself, and next thing you know, we're gonna be out there and they're gonna have a shoot-a-thon. Yeah, then I'm like, all right, so now I'm not going to the fucking parks. But
damn, and so I wanted to also touch this topic with you as far as like, because we talked. First of all, we talked about the celebrities, which
right.
It's important to that like we don't put them on this pedestal, right? Because we'll be let down, right? When you meet these celebrities, a lot of times they don't meet your expectation. So Paul Mooney, right, like we said, is the opposite end of the spectrum. What is it about celebrities that, because you've met a bunch of them, as you've mentioned before, like what was it so different about Paul Mooney that differentiate, that set him apart from some of the other celebrities that you might have come across?
That's a great question. See, the thing was with Paul Mooney, when I was working at Caroline's on Broadway, this was like 98 to be exact. So I was there for like, which is weird because I was only there for like 6-8 months, but it felt like years. I had met a lot of people before they really got on, like Mike Epps. What's his name was there? Dave Chappelle used to come through every Tuesday. So these are individuals that I used to see because I worked there. Like I'm at the door, then I worked in the comedy room with them. So Tracy Morgan I already knew from college, so we was already good money. But what it was with him, I remember there was this show, and it was Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. They used to do a 197 show.
197 morning, yeah. I used to wake up on that show, bro. Like I'm telling you, I used to love that show.
That shit was dope. And they used to have a big comedy show there on Wednesday. Yo, no lie. The line used to be, now them West Side blocks and avenues are long. This shit used to be around the corner.
That's a fact. Yeah, those blocks are bad long. They never end those blocks.
Never end over there. This is like 50th and Broadway or something like that. Anyway, Paul Mooney, he never went to Negro shows. Like his whole thing was he ain't trying to be part of that. But the thing was with him, his presence to me was just as big as the presence you would see standing out with Dr. Dre and Ed Lover was doing a comedy show. Mine, it wasn't them as comedians. They were just hosting it. And they had a whole bunch of little hood comic ghetto ass niggas in there doing their little comedy shit.
Well, yeah, because it was the hip hop show. So.
Hip hop show, right. Now, Paul Mooney, I was like, I remember I seen him walking. I said, why is that name found for this? I used to write for Richard Pryor. The difference with this dude, I never seen a person. I started developing this gift, I guess that from there. I could tell he was funny, and I never even heard him perform. I heard his name.
That's crazy.
I swear, it was two comedians where I was good like that. And it was Smokey. I forgot the other dude's name. He actually passed away. Big dude.
Patrice O'Neal?
Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, that's a matter of fact. You gave me that name the last time. Patrice O'Neal was my guy. Him and Leslie they started with me.
He was tremendous. Tremendous Patrice O'Neal. Another guy
Patrice O'Neal was amazing. I used to see me in Jersey City. Yo, Nate, yo, what up? I see the name of the big Suburban. This had to be like 03 because I know people from their cars. But Paul Mooney, I said, this man is special. And I couldn't, mind you, they come inside, like, all right, they go downstairs. Once the showtime starts, we lock the door. So whoever comes downstairs, the crowd's already in. So we'll go downstairs. And they used to warn me, like, oh, man, it's going to be a long night. Mr. Moody's going to be here. So starts at 8 o'clock. That means they're not getting out till like 1, 2 o'clock. I'm like, all right, get downstairs. I mean, this dude's delivery, it was like, even when before he got on the stage, he would give me this mode, man, of a word of the day. And he was to give me them things the same way how he was doing on stage. Like, he kicked that real fly OG shit with, like, the perspective that we're missing now in life, that we're all starving from. He was always giving the phrase of the day, the phrase that pays, and then get on stage and give them they treat. So I'll give an example of what I mean by that. For those
no, I know. Yeah. Go ahead. But I know, you know that I know.
I know you
give it all the time. So go ahead. It's for the listeners. It's for the viewers.
It's for the listeners, because this ain't for my bro here. If you know when a woman sends you a picture and you're like, yo, send me a picture.
Yeah.
And then she sends me a picture. Then you look online and she had the fucking audacity to post that shit on the, like, how you gonna send me some shit and then you gonna post it online as well? You send me 3 pictures through WhatsApp. You took those same 3 and put it on Instagram.
Right. That's supposed to be for you.
For me. He would give me some jewels, say what he say, and never talked about that on stage. Like, he gave them something entirely different, which was all good. but he gave them what he gave the crowd, but he gave me more the mode of the leadership, the stance, like that mode of intimidation. You know what, a man could walk in a room and you're a young dude, but he's an OG, but he gives you that feeling like we don't see that no more because so many older guys are trying to be young. It's gone. He gave me that feeling.
It's that respect, like, oh, this is the you're in the presence of a man. Like this is a man, a man's man.
This is a man's man. Like he gave me that. Yes, standing attention, sir. You know, like it's like sitting down and somebody walking in the room and you know, you get up and you stand up and you give
straight up. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he gave. So among everything, Mr. Mooney gave me a lot of exclusives. So much to share. But he gave me more exclusives that he never said on stage. I was in there watching the show because we had to work the room. Me and my man, shout out to my bro, he used to be on Sopranos. But we were the only ones doing the room, man. It was just enormously incredible. I mean, unlike when we was doing our little ghetto shows, there had to be 10 bouncers in that shit because niggas gonna start paying and all. Like none of the Paul Mooney.
I can't with you.
None of Paul Mooney's crowd skipped out. But them Hot 90 shows, all
the Hot 97 shows,
man. Niggas just skipping them damn bills like crazy. We have to be like, yo, you still go upstairs? No, tell that guy. And the girl dipped behind him. Y'all know what is going on. But
some people don't know how to act, man.
They don't know how to act, man.
They give everybody a bad name.
Terrible. I mean, I did it one time in my whole life, man. I feel real bad about that. I did that shit at the Red Lobster.
Red Lobster? Where at?
Red Lobster's in Co-op City.
Oh,
man.
The Bronx. Oh,
hell yeah, man. The Bronx, man. Yeah, this dude was giving me a little issue. I used to always like having a female waitress, right? So whatever, this dude was acting mad funny. And I was like, I remember my ex at the time was like, Core, because you know my nickname's Core. So he was like, Core. I was like, go to the car. You know what I mean? Just go.
Just leave.
Just go to the car. Don't worry about this.
I got this.
Like, oh, what are you gonna do? I'm like, just go to the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga disrespecting me. I'm calling the manager over here and nobody's trying to acknowledge.
She probably thinking you gonna beat the guy up.
I was gonna smack them all up. I'm like,
smack them up and leave.
I parked my shit far. So I'm like, yo, I always parked that far all my life. I always parked my car never in front. So she went out there and I just jumped in the car and we just went home.
See, that's very smart. That's smart. That's smart, especially on the west side. Chill. No. You know what's funny? On the west side, you got no choice but to park far.
Yeah, you got to. Like, come on, you gotta park. Like, people don't. You know what they're doing now? People are parking and taking Ubers to their location.
Yeah. No, you're not lying, bro. It's a thing that you know. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, man. Yeah. So another thing too that I noticed is like you said, there's no, especially for men, because a lot of what you do as well is kind of, whether you know this or not, or whether you acknowledge this or not, you kicking game for the youth too. So
yes,
you know, and there's a void there, especially with minorities where we don't have, like we used to have, that traditional leader, that OG giving you the game. Right? Giving you the game, letting you know, listen, this is how you talk to a lady, right? This is how you talk to a lady. You don't be an ass about it, right?
Right.
You know, you're not a sucker, but you're not going to be an ass about it, right? You're going to be a gentleman, but you're going to be firm. And you're going to stand your ground. All that stuff. And these are all things that, you know, even like the celebrities of today, you're not seeing that. You're seeing constantly, especially, I don't know if you noticed this, but they're trying to little by little take away that masculinity.
Oh, yes.
From the black man, especially in particular, obviously. You know, from the Hispanic man on a lesser level, but the black man that they view as a threat. And so they're trying to take that away. Mm-hmm. You know, and by making everything more feminine. And again, I got no problem with anybody.
Right.
But I'm saying they're making the so that they're more feminine and people are emulating this. And so we're not seeing that man's man, if you will. No. That man's man that commands the room, that has that presence, that gives advice and really spits that game to the youth. So there's no leaders. There's no examples to follow. Instead, we got these rappers, which I'm a hip hop head and so are you.
Totally.
But we didn't look up to these rap. Like I was never looking up to no rapper. There was no social media where you got guys holding guns and stuff and like, yo, I want to be this rapper. Like,
yeah, too many dudes are starting to do shit on camera. It's like male and female. People are just doing stuff on camera that you should never do. It's like when you asked a great question about the great Mr. Paul Mooney, you know, he was kicking game. Yeah. So it's like we that's endless. You could always use that, right? You know, person passes on, you still could deliver that. It's still legendary. The game is so messed up now that a man is scared to talk because he don't want to lose a production deal. But what they don't understand is that applied before YouTube and streaming. Like it doesn't apply anymore. Like you could make more money being a podcaster.
You don't need them.
You don't
need them anymore. You could you start your own brand.
Start your own brand. You can speak your mind. You know, I mean, unfortunately, you made a great point where, and it's sad because I'll give an example. It's like, why is it where a gay homosexual male, it's cool if he sleeps with 6, 7 guys. They just call him, well, he's living his life. He's not hurting nobody. Who he sleeps with is his business. But when a dude is like, well, I've been married for a few years. We got a few kids. I pay the mortgage. But every now and then I want some pussy on the side. Now he's, oh, fuck yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Or they cancel the guy. Yeah, they cancel the guy.
Cancel him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's done.
A man's man, unfortunately, his game to portray this information, now he's scared because he can't say it because he may lose deals and endorsements, or he can't kick this because his girl may hear because he knows what he would have to tell this guy. So you're kind of being desensitized to not have an opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to mess up that contract. You don't want to mess up that bag.
Right. So now people now are like, you know, and Paul Mooney was on it like that because he didn't give a fuck what nobody said. He wasn't necessarily a huge celebrity, but he was a huge celebrity. The fact that Richard Pryor was existing because of him, you know what I mean?
No, he had the. Let's be clear, like he had a good following. Like
he had a
very good, strong following. Yeah. He wasn't on that Richard Pryor level because remember, Richard Pryor went Hollywood. You know, his crazy ass even showed up in Superman. Richard Pryor was a movie star.
Yeah, he was a movie star.
Paul Mooney didn't want all of that, even though Paul Mooney has his credits as well.
Right, for writing for him, right.
Yeah. But it wasn't the same thing. Paul Mooney was the respect. It's like the same concept. I look at it like, you know how you have like the mainstream rapper?
Right.
Then you have the guy who's like the super duper lyricist, lyrical, spiritual miracle, right? But everybody's like, yo, remember Cannabis? Cannabis was nice. Remember Cannabis? He could spit, right?
You had to know hip hop to know that he was nice.
Yeah, but he didn't have money like LL Cool J. Like, it wasn't LL Cool J.
Right.
So it's like the
LL
same thing.
knew he was a threat, too, because what's crazy is society has to get off on the numbers. Like, just because you may see, okay, granted, you got Drake. Okay, you know, and most OG don't want to hate. So they're like, yo, Drake is dope, this, that, and the third. But they may say, well, I feel that KRS-One was a better lyricist. You arguing with this generation right now with that, you have no type of argument because they're gonna look at the fact that, well, more people know Drake than KRS-One.
You can't win.
You're not gonna win with that.
It's apples to oranges. You can't. Hip hop wasn't even. They didn't even think hip hop when KRS was doing his thing and with BDP, Criminal Minds.
Yeah, come on, with Scholar Rock and all that.
They didn't even know that hip hop was gonna last another year after that.
People didn't even realize that Scott LaRock was about to take over. Y'all started talking all these things.
He was that dude.
He was the one that was about to really. Let me tell you something. Y'all could do all these conspiracies when these rappers get killed. That was a conspiracy right there. Trust me when I tell you. It
was a very, very weird circumstance.
Yeah, that dude right there was about to take the game, or he said it. So what I've also learned is exclusivity is not based on numbers. At the end of the day, if you see everybody doing the same thing, it's played out. If you see everybody driving, I can't afford no Lambo, but the fact that you see that shit in every video, everybody standing in front of a rented one.
Everyone's got one. Everyone's got one.
Not exclusive no more because everybody's got one. Like we come from an era. If you've seen a 91 Countach, you've probably seen one once a year.
Yeah, if that, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
That's if you're like making a trip in Manhattan. Usually you're not seeing it in the hood or whatever. Like not if you're growing up like in the hood in Staten Island or Brooklyn.
Hell yeah.
But like if you take that little trip where your parents took you to Manhattan one of these nights, you're like, oh.
Right.
In the city you might see it.
Right. But out here in Staten Island,
nah.
Go to Holland Boulevard right now. I guarantee you. Drive long enough, you're going to see a green, orange, red Lambo one way. You're going to hear boom. So people got to realize that if the majority is doing the same thing, and you're looking at things from a numerical perspective, you got to pay attention to the beast because the low-key dude is exclusive. He's the one that you got to watch. The majority, he got to entertain. He's not showing you what you can't see.
Yeah.
The one that's low key, he's teaching you to pay attention to what you can see. Paul Mooney used to teach us, me and my other bro, used to always teach us that believe what you can't see. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
Believe what you can't see. So when people are sitting there thinking like, oh, this one is doing this. Oh, yeah, I seen JB's and all say their marriage is good. Like, oh, no disrespect to them, but you can't go by that.
You don't know.
Go by that shit. That shit
you
is
don't
all
know.
for the entertainment. You don't know because they are huge. So every step they take is being recorded. Everything.
Yeah, when they burp, it's on a track. Like you can
on a track.
They put it on a track.
They can't do. They can't just go to the store, buy something, and go home without getting up and camouflaging themselves.
Nah, it's unrealistic.
So, yeah, you got to pay attention to the dude. Like shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce's bodyguard. My homegirl's husband, but I ain't gonna say his name. But anyway, one day we was walking down on Canal Street before they moved to LA. And I'm like, yo, look at this dude. You know, came out show the love. I'm like, this dude could walk anywhere right now. He's just a big 6'10" guy.
Right.
Nobody, he didn't think he's just a basketball player, but I'm like, just imagine this nigga's coming from Jay and Beyonce's house. He's just going to the store.
Yeah, he's just chilling, yeah.
Literally right by the Howard Tunnel, he's going to the store. So you're saying, wow, so that's the cat that you gotta pay attention more to, the one that you don't know. Rather, you just pay attention to, like, just imagine where this nigga's key fob is going to or whatever on his phones. Like, that's
imagine what he's seen. Think about what he's seen. Those are questions I ask myself all the time. Like with the security, the security detail that are with these people all the time.
Yes.
Like, think about the stuff that they've seen. They've seen Jay go off probably. Beyonce go in a different light. They've seen their good days, their bad days.
Yes.
You know, maybe even their dirt.
They see them when they get up. They didn't brush their teeth.
Yeah, they see
somebody's
everything.
Foot's crusty.
Their breath stinking, everything.
All that they see.
They seen B without the weave. Like,
that's a fact. But the B doesn't have a weave. She's light skinned. That's her hair. You keep believing what you
What
see.
kind of logic is that? That's no logic.
Yeah, no logic. So that's why the world now has just become such a clout chaser / groupie. It's just crazy. So, like you said, to argue with somebody to prove that, it's just beyond. Like, the only way they're going to even listen to that when they're doing 30 years in jail and OG's kicking it to them, telling them all the perspective. But when they get back out into this fake ass world, this is what happens. So, my opinion, man, on the whole rap situation, man, stop putting these rap bastards on a pedestal, man. They're performers. And even though they're bigger than your fellow, politician, because politicians are lawmakers, and entertainers are trendsetters. So that's why they pay attention to everything. But the era we came from, we were setting the trends. LL Cool J was probably one of the first rappers on wax that literally picked up his gear and cars from the hustlers he was hanging out with in Harlem. That shit wasn't, because remember, we came from an African Bambaataa level where we was dressed like. Yeah. So where did that come from? It came from the streets. So
you mentioned a name that's another type of episode. That's like a left turn.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you mentioned. I'm sorry. Now that when I hear his name, it's like I don't think of him the same way.
It's tainted now, man.
That's a sharp turn.
Yeah. It's tainted now because he basically admitted it.
Yeah.
And
without saying it, yeah. Without admitting it, but
yeah, I was very, very. You know what's funny? It's funny how you said how when you hear a song now, like Sonic Force. I mean, which was an amazing track.
Yeah, of course.
The most amazing
legendary
track on earth. And it was tainted, man, from shit where I guess we couldn't see, but it came out, right? So I guess my own words of, Mr. Paul Mooney's words of pay attention to what you can't see. I just changed it around, but
there you go. Yeah, look, and it's the same thing, and it's why we should never put these people on a pedestal, because you don't know them. We don't know them. We don't know what they're into. There's people who are sick, right? There are people who are sick who are into, things that are not proper, that are not right? Like what Bambaataa is being accused of and essentially admitted. I don't know if there's a statute of limitation, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know if there's like a gag order, maybe, because I remember there was a period where people were talking. I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, people were talking about it, but then it kind of just died down.
Well, you know what happens is they don't want, it's just so sad that it's like this, but let's just put it this way. I'll say this. If Africa Bambaataa had those same accusations with an underage girl, it would have been a rap for him.
Oh, because it was with boys, it's different. Yeah, that's sad. That's sad.
Which is sad because
they're children. Children are children.
How is it that nothing happened?
I agree with you. It's not right, because you know what? I look at it like there are different levels to it, right?
Right.
Nobody should ever do anything to anyone, woman or man, right? But
woman or man, underage, definitely not.
But kids, there's levels to it. When you talk about kids, you're talking about innocence.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are defenseless. So to me, that's an even worse offense, regardless of gender, whether it's a boy or a girl. And so when you do something like that, child, yeah. And you're a father as well, so you understand.
Yes. Like when you breaking situations down, and it's funny, man. Generationally, from me being a pops, to my grandfather, to my uncles, male cousins, I guess to a degree, but those are more influential for me. Not knocking my male cousins, but it's always been a thing because I had strong men in my life, man, and I knew that coming into this game called show business, I was warned. It was like, okay, listen, you're going to have a hard time because you're not going to compromise a situation for who you are.
Your integrity or...
Yeah. They knew that.
You're not going to compromise that, yeah.
Nah, so it's like, yo, are you willing to just to be here and under the radar, or are you trying to be there? Because you can't be there without being here, so you got to make a choice. And I realized that, listen, man, I don't want to be in a position where my offspring looks at me down the line and I'm not here and like, yo, Pops was a phony and shit. He was a big phony all along. Rather than, yo, he spoke his mind, said what he said, fuck it. You know what? I'd rather die speaking my mind and be leaving this earth speaking my mind than to be a total fraud. So I feel as if at the end of the day, we're going to write this off with African Bambaataa the way I'm just going to take you a fraud, B. Like at the end of the day, that was just a situation, regardless of what you was in the world, man or woman.
Yeah, that's a separate thing. Yeah. Let's be clear. Like that's a separate thing. If he's into men, fine. Right. That's not I don't care. I don't disrespect
who
anybody.
You are, right?
Yeah. But it's the fact that it's underage kids, boys, underage.
Like you kids, and I feel like, what is that giving hip hop? Like hip hop. One thing I've learned, if a man is into the same sex, he has less to worry about than if he does whatever to the opposite sex. So my whole thing is, all right, wrong is wrong. You rape somebody, a grown man or a grown woman, wrong is wrong. But I don't feel that they should get a pass because he's a homosexual versus a straight man that did something. So we're gonna make an example out of him. You know what I mean? So
no, that doesn't deserve a pass.
Yeah, and that
doesn't deserve a pass.
No, and that's how Santos is saying. Basically,
pioneer or not. That's and that goes in line with what we're talking about with these celebrities. Yeah, I don't care if he's a pioneer. You know what? That's dead. Like you're dead to me. Like your legacy is tarnished.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that, but people and look, everybody looks at things differently. Like there's people who are able to differentiate one from the other.
Right.
God bless them. Do that. But there's certain things that kind of cross that line where you're like, I can't differentiate the person from from the artist or from the figure. You know what I mean? So
no, I can't. And you know, it's crazy now because even these conversations, you know, I've heard from a very important person that worked through YouTube to really kick it and say, listen, man, you got your freedom of speech right now. You just don't realize it. So don't feel that you can't talk. And basically, in so many words, that was what was told. And I learned where I was like, all right, cool. And the stage has been, I've been comfortable on the stage more so. Let's just say that. I've been comfortable now because I don't have to feel as if I'm limited. Okay, yeah, you got copyright infringements that could hurt you, and you could have things that could hurt you that's political as well, on the level of their platform.
Medical advice.
Right. Like I stay away from, you know what I'm saying? There's some shit we just stay away from, which they're like, okay, we understand.
You don't talk about medical stuff anyway. So
nah, at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk no medical stuff. No. I did the politics thing too much on Facebook. No vaccine, no none of the because I feel now that it's so personal because you can start a political, religious argument in a debate just by telling somebody you got a vaccine. So
see, that's that. And that's the thing. That's where I draw the line too. And it's not just like I'll be honest with you. It's not just a thing of right. I'm trying to be PC because I have we have brands, we have businesses. It's not just that, because I always believe that you should take a stand. You should always have a stance on something. But I don't talk politics for that reason, because you're not going to please everybody. Like politics, you divide people. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
So I don't care. So that's why when people ask me what my politics are, I'm like, don't have politics. Those are my politics. You want to know what my politics are? My politics are, I watch all the channels. I watch CNN, I watch Fox, all of them. And I laugh at all of them.
And I'm taking it all in, because even my boy, he likes to do that. He waits till I go to his house and him and his wife try to get me in a corner. And what I've learned with him is I got to give him a disclaimer when I walk in the house, because I'm like, listen, bro, I don't even get involved in this. Like my pops, he was the political genius.
Yeah. He knew how everything worked, the systems and everything. Yeah.
I couldn't touch that.
I respect that. Yeah.
I don't want to even start trying to do what he did best. So my whole thing is like, listen, I got some knowledge. I know what I know, but I can't even touch him. Like it's just like Michael Jordan's son trying to be Michael Jordan. Like, don't even just leave that alone. So that whole situation I've learned too. I talk about what I know.
Yep.
That's it. Whatever you see me going in on, that's what I've been doing all my life. Like a lot of these people just been following politics for the last 4 years. Like I've been hearing politics all my life as a child. So like listening to it more so than speaking on it. So that's a whole different platform. If I jump into politics, I'll be a politician. That's about it. Like I'll learn as I'm going more because I was taught that. But to get into debates and knowing my pops is the master with that, hell no. So when I talk, Santos, you know this. When you look at a video that I've had 7 years ago, even if I change my mind, I'm gonna tell you I probably said that then, but I tell you what I'm thinking now. But I'm still the same individual. I don't care. You can pull up whatever video and people. When you said this, I said, I said it. And I'll say it again.
and you know, it's funny. That's one of the things that I've taken really from you that I feel like you've influenced. And again, you don't realize this, but that's one of the things I've taken note of as well. Like, be unapologetic about your opinions. Like, have your opinions or your theories, if you will, right? Have your theories and stick to your guns. And you know what? If you change that, right? If you change a month from now, a year from that now, guess what? No big deal. That's how I felt about it then.
Yes.
We're not perfect. That's how I felt about it then. Yes. I could feel one way today and I feel another way about it tomorrow. So what?
Yes.
That's the paradox. That's the paradox.
My change, man. Like, come on now. Like, or you should. God, some dude, actually, this dude just apologized for something, because a lot of times dudes that try to, these are cats that would follow you for a minute. I'm like, yo, where you going with this, man? Like, what point are you trying to be a comedian, or you
right.
Really
you trying to think if you're trying to play, you're like, you really trying to play me? Or what?
Yeah, like, when I see somebody send me a big apology, man, I'm going to let the dude know, even through the voice, because I do my voice texts. I'm like, listen, man, we all have our opinion. I'm just trying to find out what direction you're going in, so I know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
You gonna be a troll or you gonna be a dude that has this vision? Like, you can't be here and be my son. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not looking for that. You know what I'm saying? A fan, a supporter, that's one thing. But even when the mayor's running for anybody running for political office, they want supporters, nigga. Like, you can't say you my supporter and then you get up there and be like, hey, and take the gun out. Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you are a supporter. How you put the gun in my head? Like,
security.
Right, to my back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you my supporter, you my supporter.
Right.
If I don't rock with you, there's certain cats, certain YouTube dudes I don't fuck with. I'm like, I don't support you.
Right.
Now, there's other cats that I rock with where I'm like, you was a little off with that one. Same way how you see one of my videos. That's different. You still could be like, all right, well, I don't really agree with that, but I know where you're going with it.
I'll tell you something, right? I noticed there's a couple, I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to give them extra light, but you probably know who they are. There's some podcast, well, not even podcasters, YouTubers who follow you, who used to show up on your videos. And they don't do so anymore. And I don't know if it was that they admire you, if they like you, if they're just studying you. A couple people who you probably know who they are. And then they kind of switch. Huh?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And it's like, oh, like, do you got love for Nate? Or are you there like trying to throw shade? Because your platform is not, you don't have that content or... And it's people who come from places we come from. It's your brother. You want your brother to support you, right?
Yeah.
And he's just there watching you, and he pops up every once in a while, but then he'll talk that slick,
Yeah, like I had one particular dude. There's actually a few of them, but one particular one.
There's a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot. And he from Brooklyn. The dude did this video about basically the Charlemagne thing, like, cats just hating because Charlemagne got a book out, he doing big things. I'm like, I had to hit him on the inbox. I said, yo, son, let me ask you a question. How is it that this man was openly admitted that he was with this underage girl, gave her a Molly and a drink, whatever, fixed her shit, raped her, had sex with her without her permission? What does that have to do with the fact that the nigga's doing what he's doing with his life? Like, wrong is wrong, B.
Yep.
He's like, yo, Nate, you right. Because it's like, you making, I get it. You're making this video just in case Charlemagne sees you and you blow up and you don't want this in your archive that this could come up and bite you. Almost like you about to get a show on NBC where it's like, all right, number one, you're being too far-fetched.
I mean, that's a stretch. I mean, come on. Like, how you going to justify? You can't justify it. There's no way to justify it.
You can't justify that. So he did that. And then I'm like, hold up, though, you on my panel. And if you was doing this, I know for a fact he would have been on a whole different wave if I was talking about it. But I said, listen, I like the Breakfast Club. I like to get my information quick. I love listening to not the Donkey of the Day, but the Rumor Report. I do.
Yeah, I love there's some talent there. There's talent there.
But what I can't do as a man, how I was raised, is support somebody that I already threw in the mud because he was already in the dirt. Now I dragged him through it. So how am I still? I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I haven't listened to Charlemagne's videos since the portion of him apologizing to Kwame Williams.
Yeah. Kwame Brown. Yeah.
Kwame Brown. My bad.
Yeah.
Talking about a dude from high school.
Yeah, I stopped. I know who you meant. No, I stopped. Yeah, I stopped following them at all. Like, unfortunately for me, that was kind of like, that was it. I can't get behind. I can't get behind you, bro.
I can't.
And the corporation got his back. This is what bothers me. And we talked a little bit about this offline, but the corporation got his back, bro.
Like, got his back,
they got his back because he got the ratings, and that bothers me because that's a double standard. That's not fair.
Because
that's not fair.
We talked about that too, but
they won't cancel him now because he's up. They'll wait till they'll get him on the way down. Trust me.
They're gonna get him when he's down. Yeah, they did it to Cosby, so it's the same way. The hottest thing on 105.1.
Yeah, hottest thing on the radio. Biggest market, right? Biggest media market in New York. Yep. They'll wait. They're waiting. Trust me. They don't love you. They don't love you. They love the money that you bring.
Right.
And they're gonna use you. It's the same thing they did with Nick Cannon. Now, granted, it's a different situation. Obviously, Nick Cannon got himself in some trouble. Like, you can't be talking about those people like that.
No.
You can't.
No. You see, Nick was trying to do his Arsenio Hall dance.
Right.
We don't even fuck with you like that, bro. So why do all that? When
he's corny. He's a cornball. That's what you say. He's cornball.
Yeah. That's what.
That's a cornball.
That's a cornball.
Cornball with money, bro. He's mad corny.
But we talking about the difference. Corny, cornball.
He's a cornball. He got money. You don't gotta be broke to be a corn. He a rich cornball.
That's a cornball. Like corny guys. Yeah, you don't mind you dating our sisters. That's cool. Yeah, he's corny, but he's
got the bow tie on. With the...
Right. Cornball. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he's a cornball.
Full on cornball. We don't fuck with him. So my whole thing was like, why are you doing all this? And we don't even fuck with you like that anyway. Like, you're not the guy to speak on this, bro. Like, keep your mouth shut. Paul Mooney was able to get away with that because he had groups that fucked with him. Like, I seen it. I seen groups that he dealt with that stayed in that damn chair for 4 or 5
because he had that level of respect.
Yes.
That's the difference. When you have that respect, there's very few people and comics who can diss every freaking ethnic group you can think of, and everybody laugh at you.
Yes. Like
Paul Mooney had that joke about Puerto Ricans one time too. I love that joke. He said something. Oh yeah, I forgot what he was. He was like, what he said something. Oh yeah, ain't nothing but some ends that speak Spanish.
Black whatever. White niggas.
Right, something like that.
Yep, he did. Yes, he was. He was the first one that said that shit. Yo,
I got it. Like I was laughing. I was like, yo.
Paul Mooney was sitting there. He have gays, Jews sitting in this crowd like, you can get away with this. Yeah. And he created that. So now it's like, okay, we know what this is about. Shaw, you popping, you're making mad money for the people. So at the end of the day, listen, again, the real recognizes real. The majority of the cats gonna still fuck with him. I mean, this is gonna be a small swoop. It's like, nah, I'm good. And they got that big amount's gonna be like, oh, you a hater. That's why I had to hit my man. I'm like, come on. So there's certain YouTubers, like I tell you the other day, man, this is sad, man, but one of my bros is pretty much, like a B-list comedian. He's big enough that, let me say this respectfully, he's big enough that he's with the A-level comedians. So he's well known. I'll tell you offline. But anyway, still my man, so I got that much respect when I ain't gonna blow his name up. But I noticed his mom always used to tell me, oh my God, I need to tell your parents how amazing their son is. I remember there was a time he said that in front of him. He never was right. Maybe I didn't want to believe it. I said, maybe it's just me. Fast forward, he's doing these spoofs. He's doing a lot of different things, even now through the pandemic. Like he was one of the main comedians keeping us above water.
Yeah.
Working with major A-list dudes, doing mad, spoofs and shit on the internet. I noticed I never asked him why, like, yo, you should pop up on my panel, man, or do an exclusive with the professional camera. No drop, that's a little whack, but it's my bro, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. So I hit him up 2 days ago, and I know he lost his pops or whatever. His father was like, my pops love you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I know. Your pops was my G. I hit him just to check up on him because this just happened recently. So I haven't heard from like about a month. Let me check him. So I'm always giving, yo, you good? Yeah. I said, listen, man, I gotta bring you up. We gotta do something, man. I'm gonna have to do this short film or an exclusive interview. Nigga never wrote me back.
What?
Yep. And the point is what I'm making, I want people to understand how this connects with this whole celebrity thing. In my heart is I've been battling this for like about 11 years. You know what I'm saying? Because never did anything with the nigga. The nigga never even put my shit on his page. Nigga got 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? And I know this cat enough that every time he in New York, I'm the only cat that he gonna call because he know I'm gonna be good and he know he could go in any hood. He know he gonna fuck with me.
Right.
Like ride or die. Pops and moms adored me. God bless his father's soul. All the above, sister, all that. This is a cat that could literally have these discussions on my platform. somebody that could come on your platform. Like I know him enough where I'm like, yo, I need you to jump on my joint, my man, and do a little 5 minute, you know what I mean? Or he could do whatever you want to do. I know that he could jump on a Santos joint and do something because I got that ability without him saying, yo, tell the nigga to cash me up $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The dude didn't call me back. He never does that. So I'm gonna wait. And I think it's the first time I'll have to hit him with the voice text. You know me. I'm like, yo, what up?
What
you
up?
want the other day?
What's the deal?
Because I know he had an issue when he seen my earth coming into the earth in the world about a few months ago. And I know he was a little funny with that, but I knew he was because it was a secret for personal reasons. So I knew that when he found out that I had a seed or whatever, he was a little funny, but he understood. Called up FaceTime, you know what I mean? It was great. But this time, I said, man, I hope that this ain't what it is. See, with celebrity cats, you have to question this because I'm like, yo, fam, 4,400 videos, and he ain't never did nothing. And you've been in New York enough times where we could have did dumb shit for the internet now.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Like, just if niggas see him pop up, he pop up. Now you got Kevin Hart. Like, he got the ability to get all these cats just to roll. Yo, how these niggas pop up my shit for 5 minutes and say my name? He gonna fuck him up and just do it just because I'm his man.
Yeah.
But something's been bothering me lately, and you notice this. That's how I come lately. I'm like, yo, I gotta come out this phone because I can't keep telling people to stop putting these celebrities on the pedestal or any of these losers without really, you know what I mean? I gotta live the life as well and be able to back it up. But son ain't responding. I promise to God, if he says anything on this level of, son, I feel like if you ask me, I'm like, yo, my nigga, I ain't never asked you to do a fucking thing. And I don't want you to get comfortable with that. Because I know if you tell me you coming to New York this weekend, or you giving me a heads up, you know I'm going to make an effort to be like, all right, bro, because I know he's going to make sure I'm good, send me a car service, whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, but you know I'm on the same thing on the path that you on. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you sat me down with some official major A-list celebrities in restaurants to the point where the bodyguard had to block us because we in there having a discussion and they had to make sure nobody come. Like this level, this the type of level that the people he know. But I noticed where I'm feeling in my heart that there's something that has to be addressed. And I wish I did it when his father's here, but people, it's important. When you know anybody in the game on any level that's popping, you got to be able to ask a question. Whether it's my man that's dealing with Method Man, if I see Method Man in the gym, I know I could get me a quicker response for him to do something there than I would if I talked to his manager, because the manager's going, you know what I mean? Right now, shit's popping right now, so they doing what they doing on Power or whatever.
Yeah, it won't be the same. It won't be the same.
It won't be the same. But I know
he knows you. He knows
me. But I know Meth would be, it ain't nothing. Like, it's a big core, whatever. Like, I know we good on that level, but I don't want to feel inferior to my celebrity connects where I can't ask for you to do a pop-up in my video and send a link.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just insane. Yo, show me love. Listen, I got a little joint. Share that shit and at me in there. Anything. Like,
Yep.
And I see that this is an issue because his other man, I just see the video pop up today that he did. This is the other right-hand man. Shit got like 2 likes. I'm like, yo, how the fuck you struggling, nigga? And this dude got literally over 1 million, 2 million subscribers. That shit is crazy. So it's important to really connect with that to know what we mean when you take a celebrity out of the zone. Or like, yo, be prepared to let a celebrity know you ain't no fucking groupie. But at the end of the day, if you know my mission, I shouldn't be afraid to ask you a question as a friend, as a comrade. You know what I'm saying? If Santos could come to me and say, yo, Nate, you know, blah, I'm like, yo, that's nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're doing and I know what you're trying to do and I know and I'm supporting it. It's common sense. So, like, let's not act like, oh, now you want to find out what kind of cameras I got. Do I got to lay out his Netflix pic? Nigga, you got the connection to put me on all this shit. And I'm not even utilizing that for my pride. I'd rather cut my losses now. So when I go on this road, I know I can speak from the heart and the soul and experience rather than I'm talking and the next thing you know, I'm looking around me like, well, dang, why you ain't never asked? Oh, I didn't want to ask you because I didn't want to sit there act like I was everybody. I'm like, nah, nigga, we beyond that. Like, we beyond that. So it's important, man, to bring people back to earth. You have to do that. And that's why when Santos, you said the whole situation when dudes are talking this nonsense, you know, they pop up and they ain't around no more. You know, I feel like I started giving more to people when I started doing the streaming. I said, what the hell? Let me start bringing guys up here. Maybe we could do things together. And I know niggas is on the bullshit because, you know, the crab is in the bucket mentality.
You always gonna get some of that.
You always gonna get some of that. But beyond it, it's like, well, if you on my stream and your followers, all you got to do is just share the video. If you're on right now, if you pop me up on Instagram, let's use Instagram as a light example. The minute you pop up, the viewers are they're going to see that I'm on your site and my followers will come to your page. Did you know that?
Yeah.
They're going to say, Ask Nathaniel's live with a Santos. That's what it does. It's like, so the tools are amazing. We abuse the tools. So YouTube is even bigger. All you got to do is as the individual, you just got to share the video on your site and then that shit quadruples. All of a sudden, everybody's on your live video. You're like, well, where they all coming from? Because it's a notification. It's all connected. Facebook, all of them do that. But if you got celebrity friends and they know you on the same path, if you got celebrity friends and you broke, they're not your friends. You know what I mean? You got to let people know. Like, you can't wait to a real situation. You got to test dudes like, yo, shit is a little crazy. Had a little baby. Nigga fucked up.
You got to see if they're going to hold you down.
You got to. Because now what's the point going to be? Like, you're not going to just be, what, you going to take the picture up and show everybody else your niece? Nigga, like, that shit ain't benefiting me. What kind of bullshit is that? So you got to really, you know, and that's the arm that I'm trying to go to now. So, you know, to be continued, but that's where I'm at right now. Like, it could be a situation, but I'm going to wait. Because last time I had this delay was when my seed came here. So I'm going to wait for a little minute and see what happens. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to address it. And you got to address it with that armor. You got to be, that's the first and foremost. Let me explain something to you, man. I ain't never asked you for a motherfucking thing. Not a dollar. I don't owe you a fucking dollar. You supposed to be my bro. You know what I'm trying to do. You know I'm out here grinding. You know what I'm doing, nigga. Ask Nathaniel he helped me with the name.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's how long I've been doing. It was supposed to be called Real Relationships.
Okay.
Real Relationships. Yeah, the way Ask is written in Nathan, it was supposed to be split. So, you know what I mean? It's important for you, and I respectfully, because it's still my bro, it's still a good dude. I'm just giving a benefit of the doubt of something that's under construction and how important it is to address these situations. Like, if there's YouTubers that jumped on my panel, my mentality is like, yo, bro, cross promotion is a very simple thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't even have to like you to do that. But now I realize, nah, hold on. There's certain dudes now, I don't even fuck with them on I can't even do a certain interview now. Because now I'm like, I'm on there. You're trying to do swipe journalism.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't respect that.
So that's why with you, I told this other cat tomorrow, man, I said, listen, man, when I'm on there, don't even ask me no questions about no overseas nigga, because you're not going to be sitting there and putting me in the damn doghouse and playing this little game. Like, let's have an interview, do what we do, but we're not going to discuss that. I don't discuss it no more because I feel now I have homegirls now reaching out like, yo, the shit's redundant. We get it. Move on. We want to hear this wisdom. So now the individuals that I once thought were supporting the movement, whether it's YouTube or real celebrity shit, I feel cats may feel I'm a threat because they feel like I was on that level. They know forget I'll be lit. They already know. So it's kind of like, this nigga just talked to damn Sean Wayans, and Sean Wayans and his girl was really into this nigga's conversation, giving him advice. Like, yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
He's walking and seeing Ashley Larry walking in there like, yo, Tracy Morgan is like, yo, that's my bro. Like, You know what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted. So I feel now people have to go back to leadership. Let's start being your own celebrity. Be your kid's hero. Stop letting when your kid is telling you 5 people are his heroes and you not, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely. Well said.
Doing something,
Well said.
doing
That's
something wrong. So
100.
I'm
That's
gonna
100.
leave that right there because Santos know what it is.
Yo, man. I really appreciate. First of all, I really appreciate you. And just to be clear, man, like one of the reasons I wanted you to come on the show too was just because like I was never gonna jam it. That's the one thing. Like that's why I ran the topic through you first. Remember, we spoke about it a little bit.
Yes.
I was never gonna jam you. Like that's my thing. Like we're about celebrating our guests when we have them here and really uplifting.
Right.
And so for that, I thank you for really jumping on in a pinch for me and really, you know what I mean? And I'm always gonna support your program as well. So tell everybody where they can find you. Plug everything. Go ahead.
Yeah, but listen, y'all can follow me at basically as you can see right behind me, Ask Nathaniel on YouTube. This is monumental to me, this actual board, because if you ever see me in the streets in New York City, mainly doing these street interviews, this was the physical board that was on the pedestal. So
that's a fact. I saw them old videos.
Knows that. So.
Those old videos, that red with that vintage, what is it? That vintage font in the back of you, man. I remember that logo.
You see that? When you see that billboard in the back, that was and it was funny because on the windy days, I don't know how we did this, but we never had a crease in this thing until I got here. So, but listen, it's a movement that I've created, man, and it's for everybody. I feel that kids now are going to be able to see a person that they can look up to because I'm telling you to look to your parents. People that have, that are older, they can look up to their ancestors, aunts, uncles, family that's here or not here. It's something that's going to make people feel good. Like my uncle Clement always said, there's no feeling like feeling good. So, the main thing is it's a podcast as well. The past 3-4 months consistently now. So everything that I've probably taped since last summer has pretty much gone straight on the podcast, but it is a YouTube channel. And I post every day, sometimes twice a day, wherever I'm at. So, hey, I am an uploader. I do kind of miss doing the street interviews, but we still are dealing with this sickness out here. But you can definitely check me out. And podcast is easy. Just, I don't know what phone you have, so just punch in Ask Nathaniel podcast and it'll tell you whatever one. So I know a lot of us say, yeah, we on this one, we on that. And y'all be thinking like, oh, that nigga getting money out of here.
I know you're on Apple, right? I believe you're on Apple.
Yeah.
Wherever you get your podcast, where you find, just type in Ask Nathaniel, you see it on Google.
Right. I don't want to lose y'all when y'all be thinking I'm sitting here like, oh, that's Charlamagne in them's channel. I ain't getting that. I'm like, I ain't on that Charlamagne money. but all jokes aside, that's what it is, man. And I've been out here since 2013, man. So, I've been out here for life, but I'm just saying on YouTube, this is what I've been doing. So we moving, we out here doing web series. Like Santos was saying, I am a director as well. So as we speak right now, I'm working on a couple of some good documentaries for mental health. I think everybody's going to be able to appreciate that. Shout out to my nephew, Elijah.
Shout out to Elijah as well.
Yeah, Elijah's a good dude, man. Elijah is the camera. He's the one that does my cameras. So, he's definitely skilled. So we out here doing it, man. And just sit back and enjoy. When you see that label come up, Ask Nathaniel, you know what it is. Santos is my guy. So, just assume this is a supporter, a brotherhood. He has re-instructed the mode of brotherhood that you can meet a brother from anywhere. Don't just sit here and think that you got to be linked up because you went to school with somebody, man. Your brother could be in Los Angeles and you probably never even seen him or met him in person.
Yeah.
Support you more than somebody.
This is my guy right here for sure.
Yeah. So we here, man. I support him 100,000%. But that's what we doing, man. We got a lot of good things coming up. Some short films, podcast/YouTube videos. If you are multitasking, I say to listen to the podcast because you can play with your phone and still listen to it in the ear. But it's raw, uncut, and unfiltered.
That's the way we need it. That's the way we need it. No, adults only.
Adults only, man.
Adults only. Keep the kids away.
There's two sides of me. You're gonna see Ask Nathaniel, you're gonna see Corey. And as you find out when I tell you.
That's a fact, man. We'll definitely leave it at that. Plug your Instagram as well. Where they find you on Instagram as well.
Oh, Instagram is at Ask Nathaniel. Facebook is in limbo. I haven't had that up for a while. But it's only Ask Nathaniel at Ask Nathaniel on Instagram. So I'm never going to change that. So as you can see, if you got the spelling, I know us black people tend to say Ask AX, but it's ASK. Nathaniel, like asking questions. So
hey, a lot of us, we do the same thing. So trust me, we do the same thing, man. You know, us Hispanics, we do the same thing.
That New York lingo. I'll tell you one thing: Hispanics. See the difference here. If I go to another Latin country, right? I may not understand Spanish, but we understand each other here in New York.
Oh hell yeah! You know, yeah. You know Spanish food. When you get it, you gonna eat it. And you gonna like it, and you know exactly what you want.
And they know how to feed. I walk in a Puerto Rican restaurant. He gonna know Papa. He know exactly what I want. How to make my plate. So y'all can sit there and go wherever y'all go. But here in New York, I go to Jersey, Connecticut. I walk in a Spanish spot. They already know how to feed me. They know where to bring me to. They know where he gonna want. They know how to pack my bag. They know how to talk. I'm like, how's everything going? Man, you know, slow motion. Then we start talking our street shit. That's what we do. It's a language, man. It's a movement. We love each other.
That's what it is, bro. It's always love. It's always love.
Always, man.
All right, my brother, man. Listen, it was a real pleasure having you on. Thank you for coming on. Definitely, I'm gonna keep watching you, of course.
Appreciate that,
definitely appreciate your support. And everybody out there, make sure you go check out Ask Nathaniel. He's everywhere. YouTube, the podcast. Check out his website as well. AskNathaniel.org, right?
AskNathaniel.org. Right. Oh my God, how can I fit? I forgot. He's right. It's the website. I'm actually blocking it because my head is all in the damn way. But it's AskNathaniel.org. And when I started this channel, I used to say AskNathaniel.org is more than just a lifestyle. And then of course, you know, the website, of course, was linked to everything else, but we're so used to using Instagrams. But yes, it's a website. My bad. I totally apologize. So AskNathaniel.org.
That's what we're here for, man. We're here for that. You know?
So see, he let that be known. And that's another thing I got to start doing. I got to go back to my lingo because I forgot when I was on the streets, I was using that. AskNathaniel.org is more than just a lifestyle, but it's AskNathaniel.tv as well. And it's incredible, man, because I got classic stuff there. I don't have no streaming. Everything there is just uploads. Incredible interviews. I feel that it's not preachy, but preachy at the same time. Like you still getting the knowledge. Yes, you see some beautiful women, of course. So shout out to my Latin women of New York City because they are the foundation of my site. They are. You know, when black sisters ain't want to get on the camera, literally. Latin women was like, shit, we'll go and girls across the street. So one sister told me, I never forgot, she said, let me tell you something, Nathaniel. When you do these parties with us, because they was having me do the parties with the whole photography and video, I was doing it hard body. And she said, Latin women love the camera. And I will never forget that. And it was just the end from there. So we started we just said that I ended up staying uptown for like a few weeks just doing shit. It made no sense to come back home. I was like, shit. And then, so, shout out to the Latin massive, man. They really are supported. And they are a foundation of this. And I mean, I think I probably had one woman that had an issue, but she just, I don't want to see myself no more. I got a crazy jealous boyfriend. So we just blocked the face. But other than that, they like, yo, as long as I look good on camera, you can share that shit with anybody. So shout out to everybody, man. But it's been a beautiful thing. Yes, AskNathaniel.org, it is an organization as well. And now that we're living in this life for streaming, people donate to the movement. But, again, the organization was really set for people to build them up, and it's so funny. It was something that was set 7-8 years ago. It's so coincided with today's world. So you're going to get a different mode of a motivational speaker with a twist. It ain't going to be a typical motivational speaker that's going to be like, you need to go to school today. And God, so it's like, I don't like to use pastor because there's some people using the word pastor and minister.
You be like, you got to go to school, you effing bum.
Yeah.
You loser. You better go to school because you are lame. That's why you don't get none. So you don't be getting none because you don't wash your ass.
Hard knocks. You hear him?
You need to hear it, though. You need to hear it.
Hard Knocks.
You a scrub. I'll take you to Washington Heights and you get a chick tomorrow.
And I'll tell them, too, moderators, get him the fuck out. Get that
Get him out of here. Get that bum out.
Forehead, fucked up haircut looking motherfucker out of my damn chair, nigga.
That's why he don't show his face.
That's a fact.
Because he's a fucking bum. He's a loser. That's why he ain't going nowhere.
I'll tell him, yo, cam up, nigga. Show your face.
Show your face.
This is the reason why, nigga. Goddamn, look at the fuck what you look like. And they be like, well, damn, Nate. I'm like, yeah. Well, listen, I've been doing that since fucking first grade, nigga. So challenge that.
And then what you do, and then after that, you get them out. Then
I go right back to regular. Yeah, so
like nothing happened. That's the funny. I swear to God, that's the funniest thing. He just like, oh, this guy's a loser. He's ugly. That's why your mama didn't want to have you. And then moderators, get him out of here. And then so like I was saying, like what?
See, here it cracks me up because
that's you. Yeah.
When I do that, it's like, oh shit, I don't want to lose it because I used to do the whole thing, taking notes. So if I go in on somebody, it's like, oh shit, man, I got no time for that. So now it's like, I got to go back to the topic. Yeah, so that's why I be trying to get on them and get the fuck out of here. And you know, shout out to my dad, man. My pops was a monster. A monster. So I'm not gonna lie, man.
He's still alive, or
unfortunately, my father departed in 2018.
Oh man, he rests in peace, man.
Yeah, that is, and believe me when I tell you, man, that's the first time I just gave him a sweat. That's the first time I even talked about it. But you know, I'm
sorry to hear that.
Now. Nah, man, it was an unexpected, and it was a very detrimental situation, death. So now my father's speaking the spirit to me. That's why you'll see every now and then certain people that know, they'll be like, shout out to your pops. You'll see him any line because they'll tell her because he showed. I said, Dad, what does it mean when you cut somebody out? And I was like, I feel sorry for anybody to get on the other side of the fence with him. God damn. So I guess throughout the time, like I said, I've been like that most of my life, but again, I guess I picked up some of that too from my DNA. But again, it was like a wrestler. Person could just go ballistic. Like, oh shit! Because now when people come, it's like, hey, there's some shows I love when they got a whole bunch of damn, you know that when I get a whole bunch of assholes up there, it gotta be real. I'm talking about somebody really challenging me. It can't just be a troll that's just acting like somebody else. But I'll see that, and then I listen. I'll lose it, and then like I said, I have to get back on track because I'm like, damn, I don't want to lose the topic. So once people are playing it back to me, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. So something that I do so natural, I don't even realize it until somebody, because remember, I don't watch my shows after.
Right. Yeah, so it's funny. You don't want to watch yourself for some reason.
It's weird.
It's almost like me too. Like I don't really enjoy listening to myself, but I kind of have to.
You have to, right?
You want to edit and, you know,
right.
you want to look, you want to improve, do different.
Right.
Yeah, you got to. You got to hear your own content or watch it. But it's like, it's almost weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird.
It is weird. Like I'm not gonna lie. It was. I think what I do now. Now this is creepy, but I'm gonna keep it real. And you notice through my post when I do on Instagram, when I take a post, I know it's good.
Yeah.
Because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting myself in a perspective of, oh shit, that was some funny shit. Like,
that's what I did with the Jordans. That's what I was talking about. I took that clip because I knew I looked like a damn psychopath when I was talking about it, but I was speaking truth.
You were speaking truth. So
I had like eyes popping out of my head and I'm moving my hands like a crazy Spanish person. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Let me get that.
Right. You could feel that. Like,
yeah, that's the clip.
And you know it, and it's like, I feel like this, and you could relate on this also. What I find funny, the common person is going to find funny in a way, especially my exclusive people, because it's like, somebody could be laughing at something goofy. That shit ain't even funny. They could be rolling like, yo, you heard that shit when Chris Rock said? I'm like, yeah. But the shit that I find funny, they gonna find funny. Yeah. So when I do the spaz, like this other Spanish cat, he be hitting me up and he'll leave messages with me with clips. And he'll roll it, and I'm listening, and I'm almost like, who the fuck is that? Like for real? Like they're like, oh shit, that's me. And I'll crack up, but that's me. Like you're getting me. Like that's That's 100,000%. Like, there's nothing I can say that's one bit of that. You know, if you see me in my van, if you see me in my car, I go off
That's
more on my van.
authentic.
That's authentic.
Yeah.
If I'm in my van, forget it. There's no.
Yeah. I noticed when you in that van, you by that drive-through or something, or you by the car wash.
Yes.
You gonna get some kind of rant.
You
gonna get something. Yeah, something. You gonna be like, oh, this stupid chick cut me off. Driving it. These people crazy. Then you're like, oh, look at this chick, yo. What's wrong with her? And you try not to show her face because you.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And it's weird, man, because again, like you said, when it's authentic, it can't even be rehearsed. It's just like you gotta really give me a situation and I'll go left with it. But you know, even then, I told the people about the trial, like, I don't want to talk about these fucking losers no more. And you know, I've been there before with it, but I went back and then it's like, there's nothing left. And it's like anything else, you know what I mean? It's like you go to your favorite spot to eat and you're like, I ain't feeling that shit no more. Fuck that place.
Let's switch it up.
Let's switch it up, man. So we got to switch the gears. A lot more women are tuning in, which is crazy. That was the goal from day one. But then dudes started going there for the pretty women. I'm like, no, this is for women. I did this channel for women. Like, that's what the goal was.
You got to be careful. It's true. It's crazy because you're like, man, I got to be careful with this because, you know, women, you're going to bring men. Like, this just what it is. And so then you just have a sausage fest. Like,
right. You got to open a big sausage fest. You know what? That's why I didn't want to bring a lot of guys on the panel for years. But I realized, I was like, I was probably a little too rough on that only because of the bullshit. You know what I mean? But then I said, fuck it, you see, a few months, I just let the shit go on its own for 6-7 hours sometimes.
I remember.
Remember that? I just said, fuck it. I just literally was like, yo, fuck it. This the fucking month. But now
you even left the camera.
Left the camera and literally went to bed.
Where'd he go?
Literally went to bed, bro. Like, but then I was, but for this, I was put myself out there. I was often somebody that did some crazy shit. So, you know, those have changed and you switch the gears up. And like anything else, it's like today's the weather's cooler. You can't just go out in the same thing you wore yesterday. So, you know, so everything works itself out, man. But that's why I said shout out to everybody, man. And I think
absolutely.
I think people are gonna pick up a different mode when they see me from a director perspective or on stage by myself. I don't know yet, but just how he just said how he'll see me in the show do this is interesting. So I have to always put myself in a position as if I'm a viewer because it's hard to do that. So, you know, especially look at yourself. So, you know, keep it moving, man. But I appreciate all that.
I appreciate you, man. Definitely. Listen, appreciate you. You know, we'll see each other soon. So it's not we will see each other. Yeah. Definitely. So love, brother. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, man, we'll see you. Make sure everybody out there catch Ask Nathaniel. He posts new content pretty much every other day.
Yes.
And you know, he's out here, he's on Instagram, he's everywhere. So make sure you catch him. Everybody out there, it was a blessing. Thank you for catching episode number 4. Don't forget to check Santos-Threads, Santos-Threads.com. Yeah, so I would like to thank my guest, Nathaniel. Man, it was a pleasure having him on. I mean, the guy is a total riot. He is tremendous at what he does. And I really, you know, I hope you all enjoyed that. It was a great interaction. Definitely never a dull moment with Nathaniel. Really, he does his thing, man. He's tremendous at what he does. So definitely, I would like to take this time. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you check out Santos-Threads.com. Also, make sure you follow me on the Instagram at Santos Thread Shop. That's the Instagram. Make sure you check me out there. Again, thank you all for listening to episode 4. I thank my guest. And remember, don't just say what you mean or mean what you say. Say it with your chest. Peace.